Hey there, welcome to day 6 of our 30-plus day free Get Up and Go challenge for the month of October. This is actually our 9th free 30-plus day challenge, and today we're going to talk about probably one of my favorite days, one of my favorite tools, and I've used it a long time and a lot during my life, but I tweaked it in January of 2020 before all the COVID craziness. After I had actually had COVID, but before we even knew what COVID was. I watched one of Dean Graciosi's, I like to give credit where the credit is due, online presentations, and he was talking about a new exercise he had learned about recently at Genius Network or something, and it was taking the old tool of asking yourself a series of 5 why questions, the 5 whys, and it took it 2 layers deeper by asking why 7 times. So he called it the 7 whys. And I call it the 7 why exercise. I don't know if it has a name or not, but the question why is an extremely powerful question. I don't know if you've ever asked yourself that, but I grew up in the journalistic school, who, what, where, when, why, and how. And why was always a perplexing question, because a lot of times if you ask somebody else why, or if you try to understand why somebody else does something, it's almost impossible, right? But it's also, so it's kind of worthless when it comes to asking why somebody else did something, but it flips and becomes the opposite when you use it on yourself. When you ask yourself, why do I care? Why do I want to do this? Why is this important to me? Why do I want to create this thing in my life? And when you ask it over and over and over again, just like think of a 2 or 3-year-old when they first learn to talk and they want to know how everything works and why everything is the way it is, and you go crazy for about a year because that's their favorite question. Do that with yourself, right? And we ask ourselves a series of 7 whys, 7 deep, because it is the most powerful question. It drives our motivation. It helps us understand and get to know ourselves better. And like Dean, when I first started trying it and doing it, I'd been doing the 5 whys for a really long time, and I'd had success with it. But there is something magical about those last 2 whys. They have gotten me down to understanding at a much deeper level myself and what really is important to me and what makes me tick and why it's important to me. I've discovered over the last, 9 times through this, and I've done the why exercise more than 9 times, but let's say a dozen or more times I've done the why exercise. Every time I do it, I learn something more about myself. And why do I want to know more about myself? So I can continue to become the best version of me and show up in the world and be an example instead of a warning in the world. So how does this work, and what are we going to do with it? All you do is you ask yourself and think of something that you want. Now, a couple of days ago, we did the what do you want exercise, right? I think it was on day 3. We talked about and we thought about some of the things that we want. Well, we're going to take one thing that we want, just think of one thing that you want, and we're going to ask ourselves a series of 7 whys. Why do you want that? And then when you write something down, why do you want that? Why do you want that? And I'll give you an example. I did it this morning for myself. And I picked a physical one because I've got a cough. And so I'll give you an example of that. But when we're done, I want you to try this exercise out today. I want you to pick one thing that you want, anything. It could be, I want a new car, I want a house, I want a new job, I want more money, I want better health, I want more freedom, whatever it is, whatever you want, I want you to ask yourself, well, why do I want that? So I said, for example, and then I'm going to skip ahead to the end in case this goes long. I want you to share in the comments below as your share after you've tried this on and done this exercise today. One thing you learn about yourself, or hey, I learned something about myself. Just find out and look for a lesson learned when you do this, because I did this morning and I actually discovered something that happened on the 5th why that I'm going to share with you in a second that was tripping me up and holding me up in the past, which proved to me again why the 7 whys is so powerful. So for example, I don't know about you, but during COVID, I let some of my good habits slide and I put on a bunch of weight. Now, over my life, my weight has kind of been like a roller coaster ride, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I have literally spent so much time and energy wasted on thinking about, concern about, worrying about my weight and my health, right? My health in particular, but my weight as part of that, because I took medications that impacted my weight and things like that and all kinds of side effects. But during COVID, I put on weight. So when I thought about, well, what do I want? I said, I want to, at first I said lose 50 pounds, and then I said, no, I don't want to lose something. How can I word it in a way that's more positive? So I want to be at my ideal weight, which is, you know, like 50 pounds less than I am right now. Sad but true, because I'm not very tall. So why do I want to do that? My first thing was so I fit into my clothes comfortably. I don't know about you, but gaining weight when you're short, your clothes get really tight and uncomfortable pretty quickly. So why do I want to do that? Number two, so that I look better and good, and why do I want that? So that I feel comfortable and confident and proud, and I feel better about myself. And I wrote, so it's a no-brainer, as in I don't have to think about it or spend any time and energy on my clothes or what I'm going to wear at all. I just pick something out and I wear it and I know it's going to fit. Or I pick something that matches, I wear it and it's going to fit. So I don't have to actually think about what I pick out, whether it will fit or not. It just automatically will. So why do I want that? So I have time for more important things. That was my fourth why. And then why did I want that? Because there's a lot more important things than how tight my jeans are. Now, that was the aha moment for me, because as I was going to go to the next why, I caught myself and I said, well, why do I say that? Because in the past, part of why my weight in different areas and aspects of my life go up and down is because I put myself last and I don't take care of myself, and I put everything else as a more important priority. So my health has tended to suffer in the past. It's a lesson that I needed to learn. So my sixth why was, yes, but there are more important things than are there more important things than how I'm feeling about myself and my health and everything else? And that's where I kind of got the hook. Number seven, my 7 why was, I'm good enough to take care of myself and put myself first, and to be fit and trim and energized, and so I have the energy that I want to use to everything else. Now, this one went a little stranger than it does, but every time it's different. Every time I do a 7 why exercise, maybe it's like I want to launch a new product or something, and I'll go through the 7 whys, and it shows me somewhere along the way the thing that is holding me up or holding me back, or the belief that I need to let go of or change my perspective on in order to make progress in that area or aspect of my life. So I am really curious to have you try on this 7 why exercise and see how it works out for you. That is our challenge today. Decide on something that you want, and then just say, well, why do I want that? And then when you answer it, why do I want that? And then why do I want that? And work your way down 7 times and see what it shows you about yourself. Once I did it on I did it on something I wanted to do. It wasn't even related, and it got down to, in 2nd grade, I had been put in the 2nd reading group, and it made me feel stupid. And so all the things I've done in my life, because of that one little event, that I didn't want to look stupid. That's pretty powerful stuff. So that is our challenge today. Go out, do it, share in the comments below something, something you learned, or that you just did it and you learned something, or, hey, I did it and I really didn't learn anything. Because that tells you something too. Sometimes we're blocking ourselves on things that we need to see. All right. Spam is ringing into my phone, so I'm going to sign off. Have an awesome day. Any questions, ask. If there's a specific area you'd like me to go through a why in, share that area in the comments below, and I will do a 7 why in that area too. All right. Have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow. Not coughing, hopefully. Bye.